got it. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys have, I think a few of you have done a live power hour before, but it's kind of just a fun way to all kind of work at the same time. And it gives us the opportunity to ask questions or, you know, share a conversation we're having or share wording or get ideas for wording, just like right here. So we kind of split it up into the 4 vitals. So we have connecting, inviting, following up, and adding to our network. So we're going to take each of those 4 vitals. We'll kind of give a preview of what they are as a reminder, just some tips that, you know, we have found to work or not work. So this is very much a conversation. So please just, you know, pop in, just, you know, ask questions or share what you're doing, you know, as we go along. It's really powerful. It's kind of like a workshop, I guess, in a sense. And you'll get some stuff done too. So, so I guess, Shannon, where do you think we should start? Does it matter?
Do you guys want to start with, do you think we should go straight to inviting, like for like the follow-ups for the end of the month, since it's the 31st, like maybe people that we've, you know, maybe heard crickets from, like kind of being like, okay, just wanted to check in, and you think that would be a good place to start?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay. And just kind of like, however, you know, maybe it's been a week or so, you could just be like, hey, just wanted to check in, my group's coming up. I mean, it's actually a really good time to check in with them because our group is in less than 2 weeks. So this is like a perfect time to be like, hey, I really like what you said, Laura. I think it was you that said it. Can I count on you to be in my next group? Or, you know, even if they've been on your heart, you could tell them that. I mean, you know, when you know somebody genuinely is thinking about you and cares about you, you know, I think they can tell that. And I know we're all genuine here. So they can feel that, you know.
So if we, so let's maybe go to follow-ups first.
Okay, yeah, following up.
Yeah, and I actually have one that I will read to you.
Okay, that'd be good. Hey, Simber.
Hi.
I'll be doing Power Optics PGM, but you guys don't trade PGM, do you?
Okay. So this girl, she has lost a bunch of weight just on her own from like eating healthy, and she just started working out at like LA Fitness. She got a gym membership, and she posts about her weight loss all the time. And I'm just like, girl, you know that you can. Like, this would be a coaching follow-up, I guess I'm going to start with. But, I mean, she literally would be such a good coach. Like, I put her on my dream team list because she's not afraid of social media. She posts about her results all the time. She had this 50-pound weight loss, and I'm like, this is exactly what coaches do. So this is my latest follow-up. I said, hey, Autumn, congrats on the 50-pound weight loss. You were very inspirational. Are you ready to make a part-time income with sharing this? Seriously, girl, you are so inspirational that you could really help others. I would love to share some info with you about coaching, and it's not hard at all. It's doing what you're already doing and helping others at the same time. And I just said, I have my next health and fitness success group coming up, and it would really help you maintain your results. Could I count on you to join us for the February 12th group? So I know that's kind of twofold, and there's lots of information in that, but to back up, we have had conversations back and forth for probably a year. And she just keeps posting and posting and posting of her doing the treadmill at LA Fitness, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, so I know her time will come, but, you know, I like to start follow-ups just with something positive first, and then kind of recap our previous conversation, one, 2, or 3 sentences, and then go into the question like, hey, there's another opportunity coming up February 12th. Can I count on you this month to link arms, you know, what do I usually say? To link arms to start feeling anything. And then I also say, and I kind of gave this word to Jennifer earlier, you know, someone that's like, no, I'm just not ready. And you can totally tell like it's fear that's holding them back. And I suggested just saying something like, you know, I know you said no before, but I just have this opportunity coming up and I can't get you out of my mind. I really think it would be awesome for you to join us. I know when I first started, I was scared of going all in. So for me, I focused on one meeting a week. I focused on, you know, making my dinners the very first week. And then I added in the exercise the second week. And then I added in, you know, breakfast the third week. So then that kind of puts their ease at mind because people do have fear like, oh my gosh, day one's coming. I got to just do it perfectly the first day. So I think that helps with follow-ups too, is just easing their mind and relating it to your story. So, you know, when I first started, I didn't say yes for a long time because X, Y, and Z. But then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to ease into this because I want it to last forever. And there was no rush getting, you know, everything down, I guess. So that's some tips for follow-ups that I have been using recently. And another thing, you guys, like there is no magic formula of what you can say to people. You really just have to get to know them first and really just come from your heart. And conversations I had 3 years ago are way different than conversations I have now. I feel like I'm more bold now, just because I'm used to these types of conversations. But, you know, and not making it too long either. Short and sweet, to the point, but, you know, putting them at ease really helps too. So yeah. Anything else before we work on a few follow-ups?
I liked what you called the group. What did you call it? A fitness success club?
A success group.
My next success group.
Health and fitness success group, I think.
I like that.
I just think challenge group sounds intimidating.
Well,
Sounds like it's a challenge, and
yeah, because sometimes I say that, and sometimes I say accountability, but I feel like I don't love accountability. I mean, I don't love that name. So my health and fitness success group, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sharing my event right now again, and I'm putting on there. I'm starting a new smaller, because these are going to be smaller groups, right? It's going to be like 30 people.
Yeah.
Health and fitness success group for February. Come into a group that will become your tribe for support with your health and fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Putting some emojis in there too. That's what I'm doing right now.
Same.
That's good.
Oh no, Jenny said she can't hear anything.
Oh, really?
Let's see. Would she just need to hit internet audio?
Yeah. Yeah, so if we want to go through and do a few follow-ups.
Yeah, and then share
question.
Yes.
So I made my event public, and it was the first time I did that.
Yeah.
My event page, and so I actually got a few people, or a couple people today, that said they were interested, and I have never even actually spoken to them about anything. There was somebody that has been on my radar because they've liked a lot of my posts having to do with health and fitness and stuff like that. So I guess my question would be, what would your suggestion be with how, I went to high school with her, but she was she was 2 grades ahead of me. And so I don't even think I've actually had a conversation with her ever. So, we have a lot of connections with the fact that we both went to the same, private Christian high school, and she still lives in Chicago, and she's definitely still strong in her faith, things like that. So we have a common ground in that regards.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
Are you friends with her on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I would just connect with her first. Not even say anything about the event that she RSVP'd to.
Yeah. Okay.
It might be a good way to start with that and be like, hey, I saw your interest in my next health and fitness group. How have you been? How's your brother? Or start with that. So, and then, you'll start the conversation. And then I'd say after 2 or 3 exchanges. You can be like, so I wanted to follow up with you. And this is why I like Google Forms so much, because I feel like if someone's truly interested, they're going to fill out the form with name, email, Facebook profile name, and then, are you looking to work on nutrition, fitness, both? And if they fill out that form, then I feel like they're pretty serious. So then you can just be like, hey, I have a few spots in my next group. Could you fill out this form so I can get to know your goals better?
Thank you. I completely forgot I had that form made up too.
Yeah, so. I just changed the name of the New Year's one.
Yeah.
The February one. But yeah, just like you normally would connect with people and start that small talk first and just kind of let it happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And you can tell, I've gotten some weirdos when I make it public that RSVP, yes. And I can just tell from their profile picture, there's no way I'm going to connect with them. I just ignore it.
Oh, my iPhone went down.
I do have to tell a funny story. My first cold market lead.
I remember this.
The lady was talking to me back and forth, super interested, and I was all excited. It was my first cold market, so I went with it. And she said, or I asked her, I was like, what do you like to do for exercise? And she says, jumping jacks. Okay, so that didn't go well. And then another lady said, well, no, I'm 88 years old and I'm on 20 pills a day and my right leg is 6 inches shorter than my left leg. So then I'm like, okay, this isn't real.
For real.
It was funny. Anyway.
Awesome.
So you can just tell. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's good. If you just, that's a good way for you to be like, hey, I saw that you're RSVP to this event.
Yeah.
How have you been? But yeah, so if you guys start having good conversations or somebody that's like, I'm ready, pop on here and be like, I got one. So they're excited.
Laura, your story about the girl who you would love to have on your dream team, that just made me think of a girl that I work with. So I'm messaging her now.
Yeah, do it.
Because she's posting pictures. She's a single mom.
Oh my gosh.
And she has a 7-year-old, I think 7. And I know she's going to the gym and stuff. And I know she's probably always looking for some side money because literally she raises her daughter on her own. And I know she doesn't make a lot of money. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times I start this this might totally catch you off guard, but I was really thinking about you the other day, and I just started, doing this coaching thing as a little part-time gig because I was working on myself anyway, and I absolutely love it. And your name came to mind when I was thinking of, who else might enjoy it too. And then we have that new coach training group, which is great. And then we always we try to do a sneak peek every month too for coaching.
Dad.
I know.
This is kind of on topic, but off topic. The Clean Week stuff, did we know for sure that those videos will stream longer than 7 days for them?
Yeah, they will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because some of my people, like, I've been following up with them too, because one or two of my friends, I'm hoping that they will end up at least accessing Body on Demand.
Mhm.
But like, this is the week that all the kids are sick and our husband's sick, and it's just, and that's why I was like,
Yeah, and I actually had a girl, she's like, I tweaked my back on Sunday, and I really want to try the workouts, but I can't. I'm like,
yeah.
because it's before the paywall, so there's really only 4 workouts, and then you just repeat the last couple days.
So I have one girl that I've been working on the last week or so, or well, longer than that, but I've kind of followed up with her the last week. Her and her husband are starting Weight Watchers, and I know. And she has done, I think she said 21-day fix in the past, and she really liked it. And she's really interested in doing PiYo. But she said I mentioned, the nutrition plan we have for that, the meal plans, everything, with the containers and everything like that, just to give her like a base idea. But she says she wants to get into this Weight Watchers routine, and then she wants to jump into PiYo. Do you have any like suggestions on what to say to her? I don't know. I mentioned our February 12th group that's coming up, because I was like, I don't know if that's enough time, to get into a routine, but I really think this would be a great group, to start. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else that you would suggest saying.
Do you know what's Alicia? What's her last name, Shannon? Alicia. Red hair.
Oh, yeah.
She's lost a ton of weight.
Bullock.
Yeah, Alicia Bullock. So
Yeah.
she did Weight Watchers and lost like 65 pounds. And I forget what she said was so much different with Beachbody that has been so great. I don't know if it's just because it's the accountability and the exercise and everything. The nutrition, I feel like, is very similar in a sense, like you have so many points, you have so many containers.
Right.
And I feel like with Weight Watchers, you're still allowed to have like processed stuff,
Yeah, they use their calories for like things that really fill you up.
Okay.
Right. So I mean,
really know enough about Weight Watchers to like compare them.
yeah. And I would even say, like, I've never looked into Weight Watchers, but I do know that this nutritional plan is definitely something where your body is maximizing nutrition. Because with Weight Watchers, you could, eat a loaf of bread for all your points for the day, but you're not getting any nutrition.
Okay, yeah.
So just say this really focuses on making sure your body is getting what it's supposed to have with Shakeology and, really good foods with lots of nutrients.
Okay.
So, and it's got to be cheaper.
Right?
I know.
My
And
mom too.
When people like say something about the price of this and then they do Weight Watchers, I'm like, really?
I know. And if she's already going to do Beachbody on demand, it's not that much more to get all the nutrition you need. So breaking it down that way too and be like, Beachbody on demand is $100. You can get all of the nutrition, including Shakeology, which is like the catalyst of our nutrition, for $60 more. And I don't know, I break it down a lot.
Okay.
And with the challenge pack, I even say, well, you're almost getting Shakeology at half off, like $80 for Shakeology, $80 for Beachbody on demand.
Yeah.
And so that's like $4. I figured it out once. It's like $4 a serving to $2.80 a serving or something. Let me look it up again. Because that's when you break it down per serving like that, they're like, oh, $2.80 for a meal. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Erin, it's just a question. Is she more worried about the nutrition with PiYo, like doing both Weight Watchers and PiYo and then following the meal plan for that? Or is she just kind of like hesitant altogether?
It's hard to tell. So what she said was, here's her message. Last time I was trying to do the 21-day fix by myself, and like for her to say that, I'm like, well, maybe, you know, she needs that accountability. So I was trying to like not push it, but, you know, just reiterate like this is a great group to be a part of, because, you know, we have a bunch of coaches and other challengers that are in the same boat that, you know, we really push each other. And she had 2 kids and, you know, just went through all that. And so I mentioned the PiYo because she said 21-day fix was, she liked it, but she wanted to do something different. And I thought PiYo was, I don't know, it was, we talked about it and she thinks that she would really like to do it, but she just keeps bringing up, we just started Weight Watchers. I want to get into this routine with Weight Watchers. And I think that she feels like she's just going to be doing this by herself and not getting the support from her husband. Which again, I was trying to bring up the whole accountability aspect of our group, but I'm really not sure why she just won't jump in to, you know, buying the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack and get the meal plans and the containers and everything like that. I can't quite get that answer out of her, so I don't know.
Maybe you could ask her, like tell her that, you know, obviously if Weight Watchers is working for her, to continue doing that, and just ask her if she just, you know, she could get the challenge pack with everything, and then she doesn't necessarily have to follow the nutrition guide for PiYo, even though it's recommended. You know, but she would have that in case she wanted to add that on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And now I'm reading back some more, and she says she even still has all of her containers and everything. So I just feel like it's not even about the nutrition. I don't know. I feel like she just wants to, her and her husband both do Weight Watchers together. So she's just trying to get into some kind of routine first. I don't know. So I'm bringing up the February 12th group to hopefully put a goal, I guess, a goal date for her. I don't know. Maybe that'll push her along a little bit.
You could even just go back to, you know, you even trying different things before. Whether or not it's Weight Watchers, and just say, you know, things would work for a while, but then I found myself back in the same position because I didn't have the accountability. I didn't have, you know, the nutrition. I thought I was eating healthy and I thought I was getting good nutrition, but turns out I really wasn't. And when I started drinking Shakeology, I figured like, oh my gosh, this is the missing piece.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you know, there's so many things out there, and I'm like, I'll be honest, I've never tried that, but I have tried other things, and I always come back to this. So it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to move on to connects or adding? Do you guys feel good about adding to your network and connecting with people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable with that than anything.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about different strategies for inviting. We have the events, which I think are great. I noticed last time I was doing less one-on-one connecting with the event. Like I would post in my event, I'd add people to the event, and then in my mind I was like, okay, I'm gonna call it good because I just invited like 63 people. They're gonna see it, but they really don't. So my goal for this event is, yes, I'm still gonna post in my event for information, but I need to do a better job at following up individually with the people I invited. So I have my notebook and I've made a list of everyone I've invited, and I'm going to try to take like 10 people a day to be like, hey, did you see the event that I invited you to that's coming up? And this literally could be a message you copy and paste, I think. Which I always need to be careful with that because I'll start going so fast and it's like I forget to change the name or something. And that's happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then they're probably like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And, so that's what my goal is for this time. So an example of that message would be like, hey Liz, I'm not sure if you saw the event that I invited you to, but I have my next success group coming up for health and fitness. And I just wanted to make sure you saw the event. What else do I usually say? Would this be a good time for you to learn more about the accountability group coming up? Or can I count on you this time to join us? Or is this something you feel like you need in your life right now? That's always a good one. It pulls at their heart a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Shannon? Any other tips?
Yeah, I think that's good. And like you said, I mean, it's something you could definitely copy and paste, and you could even copy and paste it, but then like at the beginning, personalize it. So, like, hey, Laura, it's Shannon, I saw that you just got back from Florida, or, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed recently that if I stick to just a few questions, they're more likely to answer. Like if I ask like a million questions, it's like nothing, So it's like people are more quick to respond when it's just a little bit, I feel like.
Yeah.
And they answer that, and then you go back, because otherwise it's like they skip half the questions, It's like, well, did you see that question?
Yeah.
So.
Good.
But yeah, I think that's a great idea to do like 10 a day or whatever.
Yeah, because it can get overwhelming.
Yeah.
I would rather do a little bit per day than do like a ton in one day, but it depends on your schedule. When I was teaching, like the weekends were my inviting blitz and my follow-up blitz. So then during the week, I was just like answering people back.
Right.
And, kind of doing it that way. So it just kind of depends.
Yeah. But I definitely think it is a great idea to like not only invite them in the group, because how many events do we get invited to every day?
I know. Right.
I mean, they might not even see it. So if we personalize message them, then they're more likely to see it.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in groups that I didn't know I was in. I was looking at my groups the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had all these invites. And so yeah.
And I know for me with the invitation process lately, I know I mentioned I got on the phone a lot in January. And so this is random. I got a lead. So you get leads if you hit, I don't know, Success Club, and you get leads for the next month after you hit Success Club. And I have this lead and she's from Fishers, Indiana. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. So I went ahead and, because usually leads are from all random places all over the country. And you maybe hear from 10% of your leads when you reach out to them. It's not, I don't know, people just don't write you back. But this girl did, because I was like, hey, I'm in Fishers too. And she's like, I'm really ready to get started. And, we were talking, and then I just said, would you like to talk on the phone? And she was like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. So tomorrow at 12:30, we're talking on the phone. So I'm like, okay, I cringe at that. And I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll do it. But then in the end, like they hear your passion, they hear you, like it's totally worth it. And it takes more like focus time, but really less time overall, because 20 minutes I try to wrap it up in 20 minutes. So.
Yeah.
So that can be part of your inviting process if you notice a conversation is dragging on a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys ever done any inviting through like the voice messaging on Facebook Messenger?
I love that feature.
Okay, I've been thinking about trying it. I actually saw a video of a coach on YouTube that he started doing it and started getting a lot of traction from it because he would start out just saying, "Hey," just like you would type up, "Hey, I love seeing your post about your kids. It was great to see them in the basketball game. I just wanted to follow, reach out to you and tell you about this success group I have coming up." But he said that when he started doing the voice messages, that people, like you just said, can hear the passion in your voice and can hear, how excited you are about it. So I've been thinking about maybe trying that just to see if I get anything from that over, just typing out it. Because I've sent so many different, connections or invites, and I've gotten a lot of traction when it's just me saying, "Hey, happy birthday," or "Hey, like I love seeing all your posts." But if I reach out anything about a fitness group or anything, it's crickets. It's like nothing there. So I'm like, I don't know if they think I'm trying to sell them something, which, even the clean week that was completely free, they were still like, I don't know. So
That's
I'm
the point.
and see what happens.
Yeah, no, I love voice messages. And a lot of times, I'm trying to think, some people don't, they're like, "Oh my gosh, do I hit play? Like, what is this?"
Right.
So if I don't hear back from them, I will say, "Hey, did you listen to my message?" And then they're probably like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know what that was," kind of thing.
Okay.
So that might be something you have to do, but that is actually such a time saver too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally could have your people on a list for the day, and when you're in between your clients or whatever, you literally could just, okay, I'm going to leave it. And you can only leave a 1-minute message.
Right. Okay.
I mean, that's why, sometimes we have multiple messages, but that's such a time saver.
Okay. Yeah, I figured, it's something that even I could do like in the car real quick instead of typing, which I don't do in the car while I'm driving, but I feel like I can do a quick voice message.
I love voice messages.
All right, I'll have to figure that out, see what happens.
And you're good on Marco Polo, so Marco Polo is like our training for anything. Like
That's true. I feel like with Marco Polo, I've really opened up a lot more. I even went live in our clean week the other day, and I've thought about going live on my Facebook just to get more practice. But I feel like I can reach more people when they get a pop-up that says Erin's live, and they'll check out to see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like, with the whole Facebook, what is it, algorithm or whatever, and so much of our stuff is lost anymore. And I know it's so important to reach out individually with people. But
I agree. I mean, when Shannon and I first started coaching, we would put a post up and we'd have like 10, 12 comments of people interested. And like, that is no more. That's like long gone. It's crazy to think that.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this with Facebook Messenger, but are your messages being sent twice?
It depends on what browser I'm on.
Maybe that's it, because like I'm
Chrome?
typing it, I hit enter, and it's still in like the typing box.
Yeah.
So I hit enter again, and then it's up there twice.
Yeah. If I
Yeah.
open an Internet Explorer, it doesn't do that. But if I do it in
Oh.
Chrome, it does. And if I'm in Chrome, it like does this, like it shakes.
Yeah.
And does it do that to you?
Sometimes.
But yeah, if I go over to Internet Explorer, it doesn't do it.
I'll try Safari. I don't have Internet Explorer.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So I want to talk about connecting before we are done tonight. Like I know we all know how to start a conversation, to do, just to see how people are, say happy birthday, that sort of thing. Well, I guess what I'm going to talk about might be adding to your network. So you'll get to a point where like you call it your warm market. So people your family, friends, will eventually slow down. And so you have to consistently be adding to your network other ways. And a lot of those ways are becoming part of like special interest groups on Facebook. So like Jennifer and I are part of like a Pilot Wives group. And there's like 20 different Pilot Wives groups. So like being a part of something you're interested in, like I'm part of like a boating one, and like, it's about like water skiing kind of thing. And they're just these public groups that someone has started. I always look for groups that have a good amount of people. There's, what other groups? Oh, like Indie Moms is another like special interest group, or moms of toddlers, or moms of, there's groups for everything. And all you do is go in the search bar on Facebook and search like an interest you have. Like when I was a teacher, there was like elementary school teachers, or there was even a media specialist one. So I kind of would go in there, I'd start commenting on some people's posts, and then you kind of you see the same names over and over. And then I would friend request them. And just get to know them. So I would connect that way. And a few of my challengers have come from special interest groups. One recently was in, I forget what group, but all of a sudden she like wrote me and she's like, "Do you do Beachbody?" I was like, "Yeah." And sure enough, she's one of our challengers after our conversation. So that's another great way to connect with people too. Like it's a very slow process. Like you don't want to just get in the group and just start friend requesting all these people, but like you just kind of go in there every now and then and kind of look at the posts and comment on them and look at a few profiles. And if it's someone like you or someone that has the same kind of, stage of life or whatever, I go ahead and friend request them, and then a conversation can get started. So that's a good way too. But I know like people keep saying on National Wake Up Calls, before you go to bed every single night, make sure you've connected with at least 3 to 5 people. Because that's the bloodline in this business, is always having people to talk to and creating that like funnel and that system. So
All right, so this is my problem. This is a perfect example. I overanalyze everything, and this is why I don't get anything done, because I'm seriously still sitting on the first email and haven't even sent it. So, yeah, because I don't know what to say. I don't know
you need to get
how to say something, and then, like I said, I overanalyze everything.
I haven't read
everything I write.
so
The
there's
5-second rule.
I was gonna say we need to read the 5-second rule.
Yes.
Who's that by?
I can't remember.
Is that the Success Club prize this month? Is a webinar with her, Mel Robbins? No.
Yes.
So I've heard that book is amazing because Erin Young actually is an overanalyzer as well, and very much like reads through everything, and she said the 5-second rule completely changed everything for her. You know, that's not like a quick answer, but to me, people want to hear and kind of feel the real you. And if your message is just beautifully crafted and worded, then I don't know. I like to show my hot mess side, I guess. And people sometimes appreciate that because, like, on social media, they might see us like, oh my gosh, she gets her workout in every day. She's got great nutrition. And it's good to show your hot mess side, too. So I don't know if that helps, though.
It does. I just sent it, so.
Yay! Yeah,
I literally just wrote the sentence that I've been analyzing for the last 30 minutes. I'm like, screw it. I think I just need to say it out loud and get out of my own head, which is my biggest thing.
And what they say in that about that book is that's exactly what they do. They just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send. Like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, instead of just thinking about it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit send. And what's the other one?
Anything has to do with me, I can do that. It just has anything to do with someone else, I close down. I close down.
Right.
And you have to also think like you're potentially changing their life. So whatever you say is not going to hurt anything in their life. It's going to help them and inspire them and add value to their life.
Yeah. Summer, did you ever see that video? Oh gosh, it was by that Beachbody coach that is like, she usually has like pink hair and she's like, you know who I'm talking about, Laura? Anyway, she like calls it gangster rap connection.
Yes, I forget.
She like, turns on like this. She's like, I was always, you know, she would do that kind of thing. And so she plays her rap music and she just like has a blast while she sends all her messages because it gets her in the mind frame instead of worrying about it. Mm-hmm. And she'll say the same thing, like just hit send, you know, except she uses some other choice words.
I forget her name. She was funny.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
So do you guys like these power hour things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think like once a month would be really helpful. Because the reason why I ask is Shannon and I used to lead team calls for our smaller team. And they were great, lots of great content, but it took away from people getting work done. Because we've all been there where we can listen to videos and do trainings all the time, but we never, like, that takes away from our time to actually sit down and, do this. So after talking with some other coaches on Fit Fighter Nation or whatever, like Aaron Young's call is the first Tuesday of the month. Like that one's super important, always great information. The next one's going to be amazing. It's with Quake Cooper.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. And he is like super motivational speaker and it's going to be great. But then when we meet with like our smaller teams, I would rather have them be productive and use, this time to actually work. And then, if we need to go over something, we're going over something in the moment. It's kind of like when I was teaching, like it's better to teach skills in the moment rather than in isolation, I guess.
Mhm.
So I like this maybe once a month. I don't know, just a thought. So, and then we always have Marco Polo too, which is so helpful. Anyway, Shannon, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so. I think just, the whole thing that we were just talking about, like, just hit send. And also just, trying to make this happen a few times a week if you're wanting to grow your business. Like, I know that it can be really, it's a thing I put off sometimes. And, like in December, I hardly did any of this. Like, I responded to messages, but as far as like really sitting down and being like, okay, I'm going to do ads, connects, follow-ups, all of this, it really does help a lot. So I would just, schedule it in like we do our workout,
Mm-hmm.
So, and for me, like I'm super squirrely, like I get so distracted and I've never done this, but I want to. Like Erin Young talks about how she'll turn off her notifications on Facebook. And that's something I need to do because I get so distracted by stuff. Just sitting down and being like, okay, for this next hour, this is what I'm going to do. Because otherwise I'm like, oh, what's this? Somebody messaged me or somebody commented on this. So, yeah.
And with Team Cup is super fun. So, we're all on teams. We all have points. You'll get like a weekly email. It can be really powerful. You rank advanced, you get more points. Obviously, if you hit Success Club, you get points, and it's just fun to be on a team and
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
just see how many lives we can change. It's pretty cool. So, well, I'm gonna close this out and go to bed. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Okay. Well, that was fun. It's fun to meet up.
Yeah.